of the most famous serial killers. The most surprising thing about this list is that Scorpio is not on it. How much ever. A name that is missing from this list is the Zodiac Killer, who a team of codebreakers has decided was Gary Francis Post, who's a Scorpio. So we don't know if that's true or not. But if it's true, he is a Scorpio. He would be the one Scorpio added to this list. Have you ever seen a Scorpio pop off? It is so frightening. Anyway, enough about Scorpio. Let's discuss the signs that are on this list. For those of you who don't believe in astrology, how can you explain that there's only 4 signs included in this long list? That's wild. The next craziest part is that there's 1 sign from each element. For fire signs, it's Sagittarius. For air signs, it's Gemini. For water signs, it's Pisces. And for earth signs, it's Virgo. Virgo shows up the most. That's crazy. You know that their crime scenes are immaculate, though. You know they're bleaching those crime scenes within an inch of their lives. And they're perfectionists, so no stone is left unturned. Gemini being included the next most frequently is not surprising to anybody. Jeffrey Dahmer, who is the subject of the new Netflix limited series, Dahmer, is a Gemini. Pisces is surprising to nobody either, because they let shit build up and then they explode. Have you ever had a Pisces go off on you? Sagittarius, most surprising, but they're only listed 4 times here. Sagittarius is chaotic and impulsive. I don't know, you mix that with mental health issues and I could see it happening.
Hey folks, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be an interesting video. If you think there's more to it when it comes to star sign that links to serial killers, let's have a look at this one. Study reveal link between certain foods and dark personality traits. Ooh, okay. Are you one of those people who prefer a super strong, freshly roasted black coffee over a cappuccino? Or do you crave an intense taste of 90% dark chocolate over white or milk? How about during a night out? Would you reach a Negroni or gin and tonic over a glass of sweet Moscato or a juicy tequila sunrise? Well, we have some bad news. You find yourself leaning towards food with this type of bitter flavor profile, it might reveal a dark truth. People on social media have been losing their minds in recent weeks over a 2016 study that looked into an individual taste preferences and what this said about their personality. Experts have warned that people who enjoy bitter food may have a very dark side to them and could exhibit psychopathic, antisocial, and sadistic personal traits. Oh, anyone who's into dark coffee could be having dark personalities. Researchers from the University of Innsbruck in Austria investigate the taste preferences of 953 Americans for the groundbreaking study. Okay, 953 Americans for this study. The participants were asked about their partly for sweet, sour, salty, and bitter food and beverages. These same people then had to answer 4 different personality surveys that assessed antisocial personality traits such as psychopathy, narcissism, aggression, and sadism. The results of the study found that there were significant link between the increased enjoyment of bitter foods and heightened sadistic proclivities. Bitter foods include things like gin and tonics, black coffee, and dark chocolate. In 2 studies, we investigate how bitter taste preferences might be associated with antisocial personality traits. This study abstract read. Oh, okay. Two Two US American community samples self-reported their taste preferences using two complementary preferences measures and answered a number of personality questionnaires assessing Magivism, psychopathic, narcissism, everyday sadism, trait aggression, and the big five factors of personality. The results of both studies confirmed the hypothesis that bitter taste preferences are possibly associated with malevolent personality traits, with the most robust relation to everyday sadism and psychopathy. Okay, I know what you're thinking. We all heard of psychopaths, but what the hell is everyday sadism? According to Psychology Today, the term refers to a person who take pleasures from ordinary experiences, which cruelty is vicious, visagious, I guess. So everyday statistics, sadists usually get pleasure from hurting others while watching them suffer. These individuals might also enjoy watching gory films. They find physical fights exciting and think to act of torture is interesting. As for psychopaths, studies have suggested that as many as 1 in 22 people could have this condition, meaning we're likely to walk past plenty of these individuals as we go about our day. Psychopathy is a neuropsychiatrical disorder marked by deficient emotional responses, lack of empathy, and poor behavior controls, commonly result in a persistent antisocial deviance and criminal behavior. But before you pour a bottle of gin or down the sink or chuck your block of chocolate in the bin, the researchers warned this type of investigation into studying the correlation between taste preferences and personality is in its infancy. Okay, it looks like it's just too early to make a conclusion, I suppose. They say that while some connection can be established, evidence is still scarce. And just because someone enjoys bitter food does not necessarily mean they will exhibit those aforementioned traits. The researchers also acknowledged the important distinction between between preferences and practice. They highlight that some people will avoid eating desired foods that are expensive or fattening while consuming other foods to be social or healthy. They also note that popular food items such as chili, pepper, beer, wine, and coffee are initially aversive, yet become acquired tastes through exposure and social consequences. There is also the issue of food sensitivity, well as experience, which can socially resulting from inadvertent consumption. For example, mistaking wasabi for avocado. Interesting, other studies have claimed that people who prefer sweet tasting foods may exhibit more pro-social behavior, which include positive acts such as helping, sharing, and caring for others. So it is important not to self-diagnose or diagnose others with personality disorder. If you or any loved one are struggling with mental health, please seek help from a professional. Anyway, folks, what do you reckon about some certain foods, such as bitter foods or drinks that can have a correlation with people with dark tendencies? Let your thoughts know in the comments section. Anyway, have a good day.